So the SEC decides to drop their investigation on Yuga Labs, and I think that this is extremely bullish not only for Yuga Labs, but for the NFT space and for tokens based into the NFT space such as Ape or like Pengu. If you don't know who I am, my name is EQ and I've helped over 1,500 people learn how to trade since 2021. This is a big win for the entire NFT space, as you can imagine. Yuga Labs are the ones behind Bored Ape Yacht Club, Mutant Yacht Club, and all those other large derivatives. And they were worth tens of millions of dollars in 2021 during the crypto bull run. Now, as that lawsuit started to kick in, as you can imagine, the NFT space and Yuga Labs and anything associated dropped off significantly. And we've been in that lawsuit since that time, which has now been officially dropped. NFTs are not considered securities. More specifically, the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs are not considered securities, and that includes Ape Token as well. So I would not be surprised if this is the starting point or the potential catalyst that could start to drive the NFT market to go parabolic in 2025. This takes off the ceiling for any NFT that would potentially be considered a security, which was a lingering issue in that space. So I wanted to discuss ApeCoin, which is going to be one of the larger picks. I've talked about Pengu quite a bit, but I haven't spoken specifically on ApeCoin because I was waiting to see what would happen with Yuga Labs specifically. Now, taking a look at the all-time chart, you can see that this has hit a nice little high of over $20. And now we've sold off all the way to about 57 cents, sitting at about 159th on CoinGecko.com, $461 million market cap. So this still has plenty of room. Even if this wanted to do a 10x, that would be a $4.6 million market cap, which is still relatively low. You have a total supply of 1 billion, max supply of 1 billion. It's finite, it's deflationary, and about 80% of the total supply is already in circulation, so not that much dilution left. Now, the website itself is going to be relatively basic, but at the end of the day, it more so comes down to their NFT and not their website. This is going to be the major component, and I talk about this as kind of the similar thing with Pengu, whereas the biggest play on this would be that if NFTs want to take off and if Bored Ape Yacht Club and Mutant Yacht Club and their NFTs want to get back up in the tens of millions, maybe hundreds of millions of dollars, most people are not going to be able to buy those NFTs, but they are going to be able to buy into ApeCoin or one of those assets that would be bringing down that barrier to entry so that someone that doesn't have $1 million could still get exposure to Bored Ape Yacht Club through ApeCoin. I think that's going to be the biggest appeal going into 2025 for these types of projects. So it really comes down to finding, for example, NFT projects that have a lot of demand that would be driving insane prices to the point that people cannot buy them anymore if you're not a regular person. But if you see Justin Bieber buying a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, for example, you might be willing to want to buy ApeCoin in order to get some exposure so you could be like them. When you're looking at ApeCoin from a TA perspective, you're testing the lows of the lows. You're testing as low as prices basically ever gotten since its release back in 2022. So sure, the floor could slip, but from a sniper entry perspective, from a long-term DCA, this is a great opportunity with minimal downside and maximum upside. And mind you, none of this is financial advice. I'm not paid by the ApeCoin team in any way, and I am currently invested in ApeCoin at the making of this video. Now, even if this wanted to test its range highs from 2024, you're still looking at just about a 5x move, which is pretty great. I don't think anyone would be upset with a 5x move, and that's on the low end. That's not even testing the all-time high, or even if this wanted to break out past all-time highs. And you can see there's been a lot of really good inflow of volume, and since we got the news about the lawsuit being dropped, we were able to hold bullish on the 0VFI, and we're seeing really, really good potential to see this explode to the top side. And then from there, you're going to be looking at a regular bullish divergence based on volume, looking more like an accumulation phase. Now, me personally, I love to buy the news and sell the hype. I would consider this the news phase where you're dropping the lawsuit before the hype kicks in behind the actual NFT craze. So I do like this play long term. I think there's tons of upside potential on Ape. I think that this is a sleeper pick right now and that people are not necessarily paying attention to since the NFT space is boring. But that's why I want to bring it to your attention now before you start to see everyone else talking about it. So if you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask and let me know. If you want to come trade with me, you can always comment EPIQ below. There are limited spots available in our trading mentorship program. I'll also tag the link in this video as well as the description. I hope everyone has an amazing morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on wherever you're tuning in the world. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next video, and I will see you around.